So that's one very simple demo. And now I'm going to show you a different one. So we can actually connect this to all sorts of different systems out of the box. But in here, what I wanted to do is just to do something from ground zero, just to show you how easy it is to connect this to Kafka, for example. Yeah, it's actually pretty straightforward. I got here Docker Compose, which is going to create 3 machines for me, typical installation, Zookeeper with Kafka, and a producer, which is a code that we have here. And this producer is quite simple. The only thing that it's going to be doing is just pushing to Kafka documents with a monotonic timestamp. It's just basically one arbitrary field and the message count that it has in that moment. And it's basically set to push for 1,000 messages per second. So something nice and easy to go. And so if we were to run this, so let's do compose app and let's bring Zookeeper and Kafka up. Okay, nice. And now we have those 2 guys up and running. Let's run the producer. Okay, so it's building the VM. Just 1 minute. Okay, now it's done. So it should be up and running. Let's make sure that is the case. So we can actually see those machines here running. So we have the producer, and this is now constantly pushing messages. So in the time that we spoke, there are 14,000, 15,000 messages waiting for them to be processed in the Kafka queues. So the consumer now, writing a consumer, for example, with this type of infrastructure is actually pretty simple. Bottom line is like you just create your consumer, create one instance of the recorder, the client, obviously, and create a stream, writing a stream towards the recorder. And then what you do is a simple enter in a loop where you basically receive a message from the consumer and just push it down. In this case, we are not doing any transformation, but we can actually inject all the logic in the word down here. And one thing to highlight is that we are using the offset coming from the message to associate that offset with the asynchronous notification that we are going to receive once that particular payload has reached safely the server. So we know when we can actually commit asynchronously the log in Kafka. So if we were to fail, then we know where to start. It's a very good practice. So if we were to run this, so that should be pretty straightforward. And here you are. So now we are connecting to Kafka. Okay, there you are. So we just processed 76,000 messages right away. And now we are catching up with the producer very quickly, because obviously the rate in which we can take messages from Kafka supersedes the speed in which we are producing messages. Yeah, and actually we are more or less in line now and perfectly synchronized. The server in the background is basically just running. And this server in particular, it has been launched to use 1 GB of memory only. So this is basically running on fumes on my machine. So yeah, so that's super simple. As you can see, a few lines of code, then it takes almost no time to basically get this a new adapter created.